When you sell clothes, you have two options: run pre-order or run pre-made. There are pros and cons to both methods, but depending on what your situation is and your risk tolerance, one will be better for you than the other. I'm going to go over the pros and cons of both first and then explain how you can run these methods. So watch this whole video. Let's start with the pre-order method. This is the method that most people will start with in the beginning. With pre-order, the pros are you don't have to put up capital up front and you can see how much demand you have first before buying the bulk order. You can also test multiple products until one sticks using this method, since you would only need to get one sample of each product instead of buying MLQ for them. MLQ is the minimum pieces you have to buy from a manufacturer for them to make the order. The cons of using pre-order is that customers will have to wait 6 to 8 weeks after they buy to get the item and could make some hesitate to buy. Communication is key if you are running this method. Another con is on your drop day, you will need to at least sell the MLQ to make your order and turn a profit. If you sell half your MLQ, depending on the profit margins, you can break even. But the goal is to make profit, so you would want to sell at least the MLQ. The pros of using the pre-made method is that customers will get their orders fast, leading to customer satisfaction. Another pro to pre-made is that you know how much you'll make when you sell out. So if I have 100 hoodies selling for $100 each, I know I'm going to make $10,000 in revenue after selling all of these. The cons of this method is that if you're just starting out, then you don't know your customer sizes because you have no data to go out for. You can ask them, but the people that answer the poll doesn't mean they are going to buy. It's free to vote on a poll on Instagram, but it's not free to buy your clothes. Another con is that you could be stuck with inventory if you misread the demand for your product and could potentially lose money in the process. You can start off using the pre-made method, but for people starting out, I believe pre-order is the best option, especially if you don't have a lot of capital up front. Pre-made is better for those with an established audience and they know how many they can sell and have data to know the customer sizes and know how many they can sell. This isn't a one-size-fits-all rule though. Depending on your niche and your place in the market, this could change. As a bonus, I'll throw in print on demand as well. With this method, the cons are that the customization is limited. So if you want to make mohair sweaters, leather jackets, or cropped hoodies, or make custom measurements to the garment itself, then this won't be a good option for you. There's also the fact that it could be out of stock on a certain blank that you are using and now you can't sell that anymore. Another con is that most print-on-demand sites don't let you customize the packaging and don't have custom neck labels you can customize to brand your pieces with. The prices for these pieces will also be more per piece than getting them from a manufacturer depending on the garment, so profit margin will be lower. The pros are that you don't need capital up front to get started and you don't have to hit an MLQ to make sales. Another pro is that you can have a variety of products for your customers starting out without spending any money. You don't have to ship your own orders, you just have to focus on content and marketing.
And my caution was always the risk. Risk used to drive me right up the wall. I used to say, what if this happens? It's called the language of the poor. What if this happens? And on top of that, if this was to happen, look at the fix I'd be in. I better not try. Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait till you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive. Don't ask for security. Ask for adventure. Better to live 30 years full of adventure than 100 years safe in the corner. And see, it's not important how long you live. What's important is how you live.
Now let's break down how you would go about running these methods. When running a pre-order or a pre-made, your main goal is to build hype and build demand around your product and your brand as a whole. Don't think you have to drop in 2 weeks. Your first pre-order could take 3 months to get it right and put yourself in the position to sell out. Remember that you have to hit MLQ. When you are running pre-made, you can release quicker since you have it on hand and could keep selling after that. But no matter the method you are using, you need to be active with content, especially if you don't have the capital to run ads. This is the only way to market for now. When you have pre-made, you can send some clothes out to influencers to help you with the marketing, so your options are more flexible. I would suggest for people running pre-made to use influencer marketing as well as content marketing to push your clothes out. Print on demand is a hybrid of both of these methods, so people using this method can also use influencer marketing. You would just have to pay for the product to send out to the influencer. People running pre-order can also use influencer marketing. You would just have to get multiple samples so you can send some out and keep one for yourself as well to market with, depending on how much capital you have. Okay, let's sum everything up we talked about. People running pre-orders. Build hype, build demand, make a lot of content. Don't rush your drop day. Drop when you are confident that you can sell the MOQ. If you have some more capital to invest, get multiple samples to send to influencers. People running pre-made. Build hype and demand too. Make a lot of content. You can be more creative since you have more pieces. Don't rush your drop day either, but try more flexible since you can keep selling days after that. Use influencers to push your brand out there and get eyeballs on your product. For the people running print on demand, you should do the same. But for all of these methods, the foundation is making a winning product. Without a good product, this won't work, no matter how good your marketing is. Check out this video about how I found my winning product so you can do the same. Here's what I did personally. You can do this too if you want, or you can do something else, but this is just what I did personally. I got my sample, then I went and marketed it on Instagram and TikTok and everything, and I ran a pre-order shortly after that. I think I was marketing for about a month before I dropped. Yeah, I think so, yeah, for about a month. I started in July and then dropped in August. And then after I sold out my pre-order, what I did was I just ordered 2 minimums. So let's say my minimum was 100, I got 200 instead because I wanted to ship those out, but I also wanted to sell after that so I wouldn't be dry for so long. So then I can sell those because I already had a proof of concept and I knew I could sell these.
I've always been a figure it out type of guy. Even when I was a kid, I couldn't screen print t-shirts, so I went to Office Max and bought the iron-on stuff. And saved money up to buy the good ink. Printed those designs, ironed it on a few t-shirts, sold those, would do that to garner up enough money to actually get the first one screen printed. So like everything is figure outable. It just depends on if you have the energy to do that.
That's willpower right there. Like, and creative, right? Like you figure out the resources.
Everything is figure outable. It's just like gotta figure that out.
Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you learned something, and follow my brand on Instagram. I really appreciate it.